Where is this thing? Newfound Adventure. Oh, it's in the Rising Stones. Yeah, it's been a while since I played Astrologian. Like a really long time. But I just pressed 2 buttons, right? Tataru is putting on a pot of tea and looks in need of company. Richard, how lovely to see you! If you're not in too much of a rush, I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? Take a seat then, and we'll find us something to nibble on as well. Voice acting is enabled. Alright, this is 6.1.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around. Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors. Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it. What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
That's gonna be a hard ... for me.
After what you went through, I'm not surprised you need a moment to think. But if you're open to suggestions, I might have one for you.
I'll just save the world. What do you need me to do now?
You've fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats.
I'm ready to live my days out in Limsa.
For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again, and travel the world in search of wonder.
Okay, we're side questing. I don't know about that.
If you're having trouble deciding, just leave it to me.
Oh, it looks like we only had one choice anyways.
Thavner, that's where you should go next.
I mean, that's not the
I doubt
worst.
you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzatan the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you. Then there's the
Wait, isn't
Bounty
Estinian
itself.
there?
The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance.
I get to see
Just
Estinian
think
then.
of all the new experiences you could have.
Annette?
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider
That is
your
true.
duty to see at least that much.
I mean, I don't have that duty anymore though. That's not my job anymore.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world. In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress.
Oh, this is Power of
Shouldn't take
Friendship
much
too,
longer
by
now,
the
though,
way.
so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
You're the best, Tataru. I mean, she really is the carry. She's sewing my new outfit already. Look at
Stitch in
that.
here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care.
Careful
Just
where
a
you
little more
point
to
that
go.
needle.
I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement.
Wait, is that gonna be a hat? Like, what is that?
I am one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims.
I never really understood how sewing worked.
Don't worry. I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
Too many donuts.
Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea.
He's going to
or
sleep.
a river, or a piping hot bath.
That's me watching the story. They know. Oh, that's Heaven's Ward? Where is this? That's no, that's one of the worlds that died. Maybe? Is that Gaia? I don't know. It's got a...
Unless I am returned.
Demon Realm? I don't know. Newfound Adventure. Yeah, that's the name of the patch, I guess. Spooky.
Ah, you're awake.
Do we tell her about the dream?
My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing. You seem all...
Whoops.
Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
I mean, my outfit already looks pretty good. I don't think I need a new one. Also, that was the Baldesian Annex song. Are we gonna see Cryle? Yeah, everyone else is on their own adventures. Where did, I know Estinian went to Rods at Han. So we're gonna see him soon? Probably. Why does she walk like that? Because her center of gravity is probably not great because they're so small and short legs. They waddle. I mean, don't you know, man? Don't you know what that's like? Oh, I mean, you do know what it's like. You know what the trunk being full of stuff is, right? That's what you're referencing. You got that experience. Where are we going here? Oh, to the linen shop. Observe as the artiste refines her piece into a masterpiece. And no napping this time. I only need a moment, you'll see. Little more room in the shoulders. Open up the cuffs. A final adjustment to the hem. done. Let's see how it looks on the mannequin. Well, what do you think? Doesn't it just scream, ready for a bold new adventure? Honestly, it looks like an NPC, man. That ain't me. He's clapping. He's trying not to be rude. I'm so glad you approve. I don't know, she's made better. She's made better. Don't be silly, your approval is payment enough. If you really want to thank me though, all I ask is that you wear this on your travels. Nah. Nah. Or at least anywhere lots of adventurers might gather. They'll look at you, a famous hero, and wonder, wherever did he purchase those stylish yet practical garments? And before you know it, hordes of new customers will be climbing over each other to place orders at Taru's boutique. Mwahaha, I can hear it now. The merry clink clink of gill overflowing from my coffers. Sweet music to my ears. Jesus, Tataru used to be... I mean, I guess she's always kind of been an economic pursuer, because she's just carried us, but she's done it in a non-selfish way. Oh boy. I don't know if I want to wear this. I could go for my regal looking astrologian attire, or I could play as an NPC. Ahem. Burgeoning merchant empires aside, you must be excited to start a fresh chapter of your life. New places to go, new people to meet. I often wonder how you remember all of your experiences and exploits without taking at least a few notes. Oh yeah, that's kind of an issue. I kind of forget everything. Like, for example, in Endwalker, I only remembered like 3 of the people's voices in the final, walking scene. So I just kind of forgot everyone, yeah. Oh, maybe you should just start doing that. You never know when some odd past detail might become relevant, or if one day you'll take a blow to the head and forget the better past part of the decade. Something to keep in mind in any case. Oh, the unending codex. I can just write things? The final days. I should have been writing in this the entire time. Prominent terms and characters will be added to the codex as you progress through the main scenario quests. But it's not retroactive? Question mark, question mark. Bountiful Ruins. Advice. As the former receptionist and sometimes intelligence gatherer of the Scions, allow me to offer you a word of advice. What's that? I was using Marauder. Mostly Marauders, yeah. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall into your lap. Adventurers rely on gossip, and the best places to pick up information are taverns and markets. At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Thavnair, I suggest you explore your options at Marid's Mayhen, the finest drinking establishment in Radzat-Han. Charm the employees, and they'll not only point you in the direction of the local tale-tellers, but also share with you the tricks for loosening their tongues. Now, I really must be getting back to running my boutique. Enjoy the journey, Richard, and may fair fortune find you. Alright. We going to Thavnair. Radzat-Han. Shoo! I mean, you can play whatever you want, but if you need to cope somehow, then yeah, sure, why not? That's the beauty of it. Copers can cope, and role players can role play. There's no need to do anything because it's like, whose line is it anyways? The points don't matter. I need to relearn how to play Astrologian. I just pressed 1, right? Welcome to Marie the Mayhen. I don't know how to voice her. Oh, hello. I did not recognize you at first. Are you here alone? Let me find you a table. Ruins beneath the bounty? Would you be speaking of the sunken treasure vault? We have one regular, a historian in fact, who could tell you all about it. One of the dancers? There he is, Professor Jolene. I thought I saw him just come in. Oh, is he at the bar? No, he's over here. He's pretending to be Thancred. Although a somewhat private sort, the professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for the Mayhen's unique beverages. Offer him any drink from our selection, and he should happily share everything he knows about the vault you seek, and a few other odd bits besides. Whatever you buy for him is on the house, by the way. If Marie found out I took coin from Thavnair's savior, she would have me scrubbing pots for a week. I love scam callers. Does anyone else get those calls where it's like you pick up and you say hello and then they say hello and then there's just like silence before they start doing their whole spiel or whatever, which is a robot? Yeah, I can tell now before they even start. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending Duty Finder registrations. Okay. Yeah, pick up the phone is kind of not something you want to do normally. And what may I do for you, my Eorzean friend? I want to ask you about the sunken vault in the bounty. Now we gotta chat about the drinks. We gotta ease our way in first. Well, I certainly wouldn't say no to a drink freely offered. Here we are. Oh, this is the bartender. Here we are, one of Marie's finest. Enjoy. Ah, lovely. Bottoms up. He empties the cup in a single pull. That was very kind of you, sir, but I know when I'm being softened up. What is it that you want from me? Oh, chasing down that old tale, are you? It does seem to appeal to the adventurous at heart. Now, where to begin? Might I assume you've heard of Al-Zadal? He was Khan of the Auri tribe, which sailed to Thavnair from the mainland and a key figure in the history of Radzadhan. His decision to aid the Arkasodara is what ultimately won them the war against the Gajasura, thus allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson, Al-Zadal III, who was known for his deeds as satrap in Radzadhan's earlier days. I'm becoming Indian accented now, saying these. Some attest that this man traveled to another world entirely and returned with glittering riches. Others that he brokered an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there's the tale of the sunken vault, the one you seem most curious about. According to this legend, Al-Zadal III claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There, he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a deep and secret storehouse, and locked all his worldly wealth within. In the centuries since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship befell Razathan, folk would remember that tale of hidden treasure. Hardy souls would set out to claim their fortune, but precious few ever made it home. Would you like to hear more? Apologies, I have a slight tickle in my, my cup appears to be empty there. Another round? Oh, I see we've reached an understanding. You're a sharp one, adventurer. Another for the professor. Oh. Today was a splendid day to visit the Mayhen. Or is it Mayhene? I don't know. Gulps down his newest drink with gusto. You gotta say it with gusto. When you say the mayor's the best, you gotta say the mayor is the best. Where were we? Ah, yes. Those who did return from seeking the treasure vault flatly refused, to speak of what they saw. Did this discourage others? Nay, quite the opposite. Such accounts only served to feed the legend, and the golden lure grew stronger than ever before. That reminds me of something Azama was saying. Azama is a fellow connoisseur of spirituous potables. But what is a potable? Isn't that like a drug? Something that's drinkable. Safe to drink. Anyway, he was saying that one of his acquaintances went after the treasure himself. Hasn't been since he set sail, I hear, but he did have, no, I can say no more. You seem a generous sort. What kind of a man would I be to encourage what is clearly a foolhardy quest? If my words sent you to your death, I could never live with myself. I've heard enough. Is that so? Well, I suppose any adventurer worth his salt can go and find the place himself, eh? Hints about the nature of the undersea vault, but you cannot help but wonder if a longer conversation may have revealed further details. What do you mean? I actually failed, bro. I didn't know that ending the conversation would have made me lose details, man. Oh, the music for Razathan is so good. I'm hearing like loop sounds. Anyways. FF14 waifu is gotta be... I don't know, it's hard. I'm gonna say Yzael. But that's kind of, The fire alarm beeping? Wait, is that really what that is? Yes, I am Azama, and who might you be? She's kind of already run her course, let's put it that way. But I do have her card. While I was playing FF7 Rebirth, I did do a little bit of triple triad rounds. I got a bunch of different cards, and of course I got her card. And, okay, let me get out of this conversation first. I tried to dissuade him, of course, but he refused to listen. All he could talk about was finding that vault. And that look in his eyes. I knew it wasn't common gold or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting Al-Zadal III's otherworldly hoard, and his ambition would not be denied. I see it in you too, that appetite for the mysterious and the unknown. But I'll not attempt to turn you from your path. I know too well the futility of that endeavor. So, I will tell you what my friend told me. How he convinced the merchant in the bazaar to give him the rough location of the vault's entrance. It seems this merchant, one Zashal, I believe, is selling a map which shows the exact route. But my friend's purse was too light for its exorbitant price. With what meager wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins on a small island somewhere in the bounty, and within those ruins hides the path to the vault deep below. If you truly intend on seeking Al-Zadal's treasure, I suggest you put your affairs in order. I wish things were different, but I don't believe my friend is ever coming home. Yeah, they have some... this is Indian. This is the Indian area of this expansion.
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
Nah.
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness? So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Al-Zadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Al-Zadal Khan.
A map to Al-Zadal's legacy?
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession.
This guy's upper lip is smiling all the time.
Discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly. This map is the key to fabulous riches, and I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king boy. Your scrawny-eyed had never returned with that treasure alive. Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim?
Maybe we can help him out.
How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map.
Wait, is this a trap?
Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoards they
This is an
uncover.
obvious trap. She's working with him to make it sound like this is worth more than it actually is. She's getting paid to... Oh, it's our boy Estinian, let's go!
What of you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
A fortune, you say?
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
Is he gonna take? I think he's gullible enough to take the bait. But he's also got the power to follow through.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
Well, you gotta check what's inside first. It could be full of, like, you know, pencils. He doesn't even check.
Well met, my friend.
Well met. Do I get any dialogue options?
Someone is dressed for adventure.
No, I'm not wearing that shit.
Why Thavner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping. Ruins beneath the Bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
Yeah, so start sharing, buddy.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
And now I've fleeced one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
Yup, I knew it.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
Damn it, we're going on a wild goose chase now. You seem eager to be underway.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself. If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Thavner what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove.
Yeah, that's kind of true. I forgot about that.
You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits.
What was that emote? Shrug plus...
Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant.
Oh yeah, he knew.
Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough. Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent, whether the map leads us to the vault or not.
What a good guy, Estinian.
You are coming along, yes?
Naturally, or shall we split the expenses? Naturally. I see there was only two options there. Could they not afford to put a third option of ... or
I thought
what?
as much. Now, let's see about securing a vessel.
Finally. I get a DPS who is actually relevant. And I can heal him. We are the true duo. Astrologian Dragoon. Oh? Estinian's in my codex. We are ready for the next cutscene. Yeah, you know, I said I would go to the nightclubs a long time ago, but then I never did it. But I'm not going to do it today because it's got to be Friday, right? The thing is, I need to stream at night for that to be the thing. You will recall I spoke of visiting Favnir at Vritra's request. Well, he finally invited me to a feast and made his proposal once I was too full of Hannish delights to refuse. He wishes me to train the Radiant Host in lance work. But that is a tale for another time. What we need now is a merchant or a trawler with a ship fit for the open seas. Matsya is a fisherman by trade, yes? We should head to Akyali and see if he can help us. And yeah, I think this area probably has multiple influences in it. It's not just Indian or just Middle Eastern. It's probably a lot of different things. It's not meant to be accurate though. It's just influences. Although that was one of the reasons why End of Dragons never happened, is because they needed it to be accurate to a specific thing, because the publishers were like, well, we're not gonna have this combined with this because that's a disrespect to our culture, when in reality no one cares. If you're inspired by something, then that should be respect for that thing. Triple Triad match. Hold up. Speaking of which, it was Chinese. Oh, I thought it was Korean, wasn't it? I thought it was Korean because the NCSoft is a Korean company. So yeah, here's my Triple Triad cards. Here's my decks, alright? So I've got the Dragon deck, Nidhogg, Verdofnir. I don't even think that this is a dragon, but it might be like a serpent. And then we've got Leviathan, which is also a serpent. And then Tioman. I don't know if I got the best dragons here, to be honest. I do have Hraze Velger, though, but he's just not in the deck. And then I've got Reverse Garbage, because there's a rule that makes worse cards better, so I just have this deck for Reverse Garbage. My worst cards. And then I've got the Waifu deck. Yzael, Yugiri, Tsukuyomi, Minfilia, and Lena, the bunny girl. Yeah, that's right. And then I've got the boys. We've got Squall, Amaric, Estinian, Asahi, and Thancred. Although Asahi's only in here because he is a boy. If I had a better boy, I'd replace him. And then we've got the primals. I got Bahamut, Titan, Lunar Ifrit, Anima. And then I don't know if Gilgamesh and Enkidu are primals, but I think they are. I don't know. Those are my decks. And then I just press recommended anyways, so it just gives me random shit. What does this guy give? I don't know, but we won't find out. Oh, it's reverse? What does reverse do? Oh, we gotta do Reverse Garbage now. Squall wins. He wins that one. Mammoth. Shit. It's bad. Okay. I think we're winning. He played terribly. We gotta Reverse Garbage this shit. Challenge. Reverse Garbage. Swamp. Alright, we'll put this one in here. Try to beat a 2. Wait, what? Oh, it's random. It's random, bro. What the f- Oh, shit. Just go. It's over. Wait, no, he's got trash cards, too. Wait, hold up. He won. He won. Recommended. Now it's dissension. Same. Gotcha. It's not really... Oh, this is probably the best. Azael? Squall? Yo, give me your card. I don't know what the card is. Give me it. It's reverse again. Shit. Wait, he actually failed to beat me? That's funny. Ifrit? This guy just plays terribly. Look, like, what is that? Does this guy know how to play? What's he doing? Fortunately, I can't do anything. Descending is actually kind of good, but yeah, I can't really do anything about this. I'm just gonna lose. Reverse is too OP. Because my cards are too good. Come on. Alright, one more. If I win or lose this, and if I don't get the card, it is what it is. It's not reverse. This guy has the worst plays, though. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Oh my god. What the hell is that, bro? I hate that rule. I'm out. Because there is literally no way that I will ever count up the cards to see if I'll get a same or a plus. But the enemy knows it every single goddamn time. Bountiful Ruins. Okay. They got a nice canopy going on here with the ruins. Yeah, I don't know if that has a Indian feel to it, though I don't really know what an Indian feel really is. Are there jungles in India? I don't even know what the geography of India is kind of like. Ah, Estinian is here. My friends, what brings you to our humble village? It's mostly jungles. So you need a seaworthy vessel to seek these ruins. Considering it was your deeds which allowed us to return to fishing, I should think everyone would be glad for a chance to repay the favor. Wait here, and I will have a boat stocked and ready for you, in no time at all. I see you there. Cameraman is doing God's work. Have you noticed our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. Really? On our flying mount? I guess he was watching me play Triple Triad. We see you there, boy. Show yourself. They got deserts in India too? Yeah, they probably got a lot of biomes. Ah, it is you. Do you know how far out of our way we walk so that you'd not cross paths with some wild beast? I'm sorry, sir, but aren't you the heroes who saved Thavnir? You are, I know you are. And I've gone and cheated you. I work with Zasal. You see, the map merchant, it's my job to play the pleading orphan and convince the crowd his wares are worth the price he asks. I'm ashamed of what I've done, and beg for your forgiveness. If not for you, my sister and I would never have, well, we'd... Enough. I know your game, and I paid the price willingly. Omega based. A fortunate purchase, as it turns out, for my friend here was seeking those very ruins. You are too kind. You are kind to overlook the wrong I have done you. But there is more you need to know. Alright. The map you bought is very real, as is the island it shows. I overheard Zashal selling the information to another customer. He told that man where he needed to search, about the ruins, about the vault, everything. Then the man sailed out to find his fortune, never to return. You cannot go alone to that place. You should have more friends with you, maybe even a whole army. I ain't alone. First of all, I've got Ardbert's soul inside me. Second of all, I've got Emmett Selk's soul inside me. Third, my boy Estinian is here with me. So I've got multiple personality disorder and I've got my bro. I do not doubt the ruins hold danger, but I assure you, between the two of us there is little we cannot overcome. Please, I cannot bear the thought of... We could invite our comrades. We could invite Alfino. He is the main character. That we could. And assuming we do find this treasure hoard, it may prove wise to have more hands along for the carrying. Any ideas whom to approach? The Scions have scattered far and wide since our last gathering. Thancred and Urianger, Alfino and Alize, Grahatia and Kryl, Ishtola. I'm gonna go with Grahatia and Kryl? What do you guys think? I mean, the simps are gonna say Ishtola, even though that's literally just one person. But like the options here are Graha and Thancred, right? Like those are the options. I mean, my boy Thancred, he's out of his cringe phase now, so it is that. But Urianger, you know, I don't think he's an adventurer. I think he'd be more disturbed by the fact that we forced him to get out of his study. Although he would never say that he was, you know, because he's as respectful as it gets. But I think he would be very disturbed. So I think we're going with Grahatia, who would love nothing. And we also did promise that we'd bring him on an adventure. So yeah, we promised to Graha we'd do this. He said he'd want to go on an adventure with us. Kryl may have her hands full rebuilding the students, but if you reach out to Graha, he would surely leap at the invitation. How does Estinian know any of this? Will that set your mind at ease? If that man is as strong as you, is he though? Strong, I mean? Have you seen him? He's rock hard. What's your name, boy? Marad, sir. Well, Marad, your life is yours to live as you will, but I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe. I'm not proud of what I do, but what choice do I have? We need to eat, and everyone's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother with two grubby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up in some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to the city gates. Thank you, kind sir. Call me Estinian. They call me Mr. Big. I haven't discovered that area. Okay. I shall leave you to recruit Graha. He'll appreciate that invitation that much more, I'm sure. As I recall, he was based at the Annex. Someone there ought to be able to point you in the right direction. Let us be off too, Marad. Do me a favor and don't stray from the path. He's based from the Annex? I mean, he's based from any angle, let's be honest. I just stepped on their food. Let me go see what's out over here. There's a... something... it looks like an arena, actually. Four buoys. What is this? I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce that. Maybe some kind of open world event with a boss fight. Alright, we gotta go back to Charlian. Yeah, I have a lot of gil. I have... how much gil? Where does it say? Is the gil not here? There it is. I have 5 million gil. I don't think we need any more gil. I think we're chilling on that. Maybe we could have donated it. Actually, there is no point in the story where you need gil. Even the situations where you, story-wise, plot-wise, need gil, someone else pays it. Welcome back, Richard. What might the students do for you? Graha? Yes, he's in the main hall with Mistress Kryl. They've been holed up in there for days. By all means, go and give them an excuse to take a break. Wait, so we actually do get to choose who we take with? That's pretty cool. Thank you, Kryl.
Ah, Urgika, my good man. Would you be so kind as to...
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
How's the restoration coming along?
Slow and steady. Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities. We located several accounts in the archives of Numenon and added them to the collection we recovered from the Isle of Val.
And judging by the progress we've made thus far, sorting this pile will keep us occupied for days to come. But what brings you to the Annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around?
Well, you see, I promised you something. I'm here to make good on that promise.
The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition.
Yeah, I don't want to die alone. I mean, that's not possible.
I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which, I had hoped to ask for your assistance.
He's so ready, dude.
Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned. You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already.
They really making those short jokes? I don't know.
Have you asked anyone else to come along? Then might I suggest we invite your Stola?
Whoa.
Ever since the Scions disbanded, she spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Gooble Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift. It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenon. Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say. Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger. He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like. From what I can gather, the Loperites are looking to make improvements to their own creation and wish to learn more about how we build things down here. So, why not take Urianger
I'm not
with
going
you?
into space again. You won't get me up there.
Firsthand.
Well, we're taking everyone now.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes.
We're just gonna get everyone
If
together
our
then.
expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Right. Then it's off to the library.
Graha has been added. Where is she at? She's at the Great Gubal Library. Oh, that's actually in Charlian. I thought that was in Edelshire area. Maybe she was there, but now she's here. It's Giorgio! I don't know anything about him, but I like his name. Oh. The little rabbits are here now. Pudding Way. I don't get it. It's like, I thought Fooding Way was like a thing. Numenon. Can I step over this? Okay. Ah. You okay there? She's sleeping on the books? What happened? So who's gonna do it?
I've never known Y'shtola to doze off in the middle of research before.
I'm Faker. Yeah, we know that you're Faker, but what about the whole Y'shtola thing? Damn, we really got nothing better to do but just sit here and wait? She's gonna get scared.
Close my eyes for one moment. Ow! How long have you two been here?
We did not want to wake you. Yeah, but answer the question. How long?
Nor did I want to fall asleep. I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me. As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections.
Oh.
Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past.
I mean,
Means to
Graha
travel
knows
between
if you're gonna
worlds
ask anyone.
exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. So I promised Runar, but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower
Just use
was
the
not
crystals,
achieved
right?
in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Indeed. Was there something else you wish to ask of me? Alzadal is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family. But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world. If those tales are true, then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished. An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse. And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
Akiali, by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Thalmazane, last we heard.
Then by all means, let us recruit him, and be on our way.
I do wonder... What is that over there? Looks like a black mage. I do wonder how they... Oh, there it is again. Yeah, how do they code the blinks into those dialogues? Is it an automatic thing? Or is it they manually put it depending on the dialogue text, like at certain points in the, you know? Because it does look very realistic. But is there some kind of code that they have to automatically get it at that way? How? You think it's manual? That is something if it's manual, because every single dialogue line that they do, they have to think about the blinks. They do emotes obviously as well in the dialogue, but like that makes sense. But blinks, man, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be some magical code that they have to like automatically get their blinks to look realistic, but so that they don't have to micromanage it. I mean, I'm not saying that it's unreasonable to have that. I'm just thinking that there's got to be a better way. Emporia? Wait, what? Oh, we're going inside? It's mocap? Oh. So the people that are doing the voice acting are mocapped. I see. I didn't think they were mocapped. Because their mouths don't move. English, right? It's not English mouth movement. It's just like kind of random yapping, right? I don't know. Maybe it's Japanese mouth movement, but yeah, maybe it's just, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Sometimes it's just kind of automatically coded to happen if it's not a big deal, but like in the certain cutscenes where it really matters, they probably manually do it. Probably a mix of the two. Because the blinks do look realistic. So they gotta have a good method. I'm just wondering what that method is. The Ragnarok. So this is where Urian J is? Man, it looks so good under that lighting. So pristine. It's already gone on its maiden voyage, too.
Ah, our illustrious champion. Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside in thy pursuit of simple adventure.
Look, I'm not wearing Tataru's thing, alright? I'm not.
A new expedition is in the offing.
Wasn't Thancred with you?
He left to attend to some personal errand, but should be returning ere long.
Now you can't unsee the blinks. You can't unsee it. She
You've
just
been
did a double
keeping
blink.
yourself busy, I trust.
True to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed.
Now you can't hear anything that they're saying. You're only thinking about the blinks.
However, by a request for aid from our befurred lunar allies. As you may recall,
The rabbits?
Operates had been seeking new purpose for the moon, another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
And this has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
Ah, you have learned of my predicament from Mistress Cryle. I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loperates now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure hunts.
But he just did a double blink there too.
Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon? So earnest and innocent was their desire to bring joy to the world that I found myself powerless to refuse them my cooperation.
And like here's
But what
his
of you,
eyes closed.
my friends?
It might be manual,
Why
man.
are you come to Labyrinthos? Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous opportunity. I should be honored to accept thine invitation.
It's probably manual, but they have like a...
How long has
They
it
probably have
been,
like a
I
formula
wonder,
for it.
when last our actions were not impelled by fate or desperation?
Aye. Though I cherish the Scion's accomplishments,
Or like a priority system.
it is pleasant to not have the weight of the world upon our shoulders for a change.
Counting Estinian, we number 5 now, yes? Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from recruiting others.
Ah, so we just have the perfect number of friends.
I agree. Between us, we should have the skills to handle
never
whatever
mind.
situation may arise. Shall we be on our way?
The twins are not allowed to come.
What, no time to spare a word for the grizzled old bard?
Wait, what? You changed to bard now?
All is well, I trust?
A wasted trip, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits, but it seems our paths were not to cross.
How was your pilgrimage?
Having an astrologian beside you on the road is surprisingly convenient. And it doesn't hurt that he's making strides with his light-hearted banter. In any case, as we made our way around Ilzabard, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos. A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together. That's the thing with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches. So, for what reason have so many esteemed personages seemed fit to gather? Beneath the waters of the Bounty, you say? I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
Yeah, sorry, there's not going to be any
It is not
Minfilias
for
down
mine own
there.
indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the Loporrits.
Right. Sure, buddy.
Of course. And if you have Estinian rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
You're not getting out of this one, buddy.
Feeling left out? I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I? In all seriousness, 'tis best I sit this one out. Too many former scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters. I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations.
Alright, this isn't the Thancred expansion then.
Till we meet again.
He had his
Shall we
chance in
also hasten our
Shadowbringers.
departure? Sir Estinian will wonder what hath become of us.
But Y'shtola gets her chance every goddamn expansion. Actually, Stormblood, she kind of wasn't really that important. True. She was like, she died almost, and then that's it, you know. They actually almost killed her so that she could be not relevant to the story, probably. So she'd just be recovering instead of in the story. Wait, where's this? Ilzabard. Okay, yeah. Back to Thavnir. Speak with the Stinian. What percentage of the population do you think are devs? Like, people playing the game are also the ones making the game? Very low amount. Most of those people don't even play the game, which is not really a bad thing, but I think it is what it appears to be. I hope Matsuya's boat is sturdy enough to carry us all. What he means is we're grateful for the use of one of your precious fishing vessels. We are more than glad for the chance to provide it. I ask only that you take care to steer clear of the reefs in the shadows there. Aye, we'll keep an eye out. Alzdal's Legacy. Are we gonna get a dungeon here soon? Probably. Is that what it's gonna be? Alzdal III. I confess I am somewhat embarrassed that the tale of his journey to another world escaped my notice. Could it be more than simple folklore? And what of the treasure he supposedly brought back? This undersea vault may hold relics from another reflection. My friends, we should temper our expectations. The map doth promise ruins, but beyond that we know not what we will find. Not until we find it, aye. So let us dispense with the conjecture and set sail for the vault. It's gotta be a dungeon, right? What if I had chosen the twins? Would they have come with? Quest accepted. Why did it say? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's gotta be a dungeon. Finally. Okay, so this can actually be NPCs, but we're gonna go with other players. I'm gonna use my healer privilege. You know it. But there's like, how many people are actually eligible to play this dungeon? Pretty low amount, so we're probably gonna get a queue. Yep. Alright, what do they have to say? Small talk. One can only spend so many days hunched over at a desk before it begins to take its toll. A spot of vigorous exploration is exactly what I needed. Yeah, just say that you want to be with me, alright? We get it. We get the bromance. None who enter these ruins come out alive. Well, she'll see about that. The treasure vault of a satrap will surely be filled with diverse traps and devilish deterrents. Caution is paramount. I am aware that this story about an otherworldly journey may be just that, a story. But even the wildest tale often contains a few grains of truth, and that is worth investigating. I will pray to Sandaruva for your safe return. May the wealth of her blessings guide you to the treasure you seek. We're going to take this boat. What does the text say? Since the days of old, the imagination of the Thavnarian people has been captured by a persistent legend, the promise that somewhere beneath the shimmering expanse of the bounty lies hidden the treasure vault of Alzadal III. Yet how might one claim the fabled satrap's hoard, where so many other reckless souls have tried and fallen? Will Estinian's dubious map lead you true to the rumored isle and its moldering ruins? Whatever peril waits ahead, it's certain to be an adventure. And potentially also a tomb. I mean, it's got to be the tomb of at least many people. Queue up, man. Queue up. We can get this map completion done while we wait as well. Oh, every boat looks like that, huh? Well, I guess they're just fishing. Yeah, they're just fishing vessels. We're just going out on. Is a fishing vessel a good boat to go? I don't think so, right? They're mainly meant for capacity storage, not for, you know, seizing difficult or turbulent waters. Also, this looks like, yeah, that's invisible wall. Okay, but there is a little bit of a cove here. Nope, that's a dead end. The rock is very purple. Oh. Wait, did I ever go up that rock? I don't recall. Yeah, I remember now. You can't go up. It's off the map. It is kind of weird, though. What is that? The finger? Is it a... I mean, it's actually like Krakatoric, to be honest. It's a... maybe crystal... What is a crystal made of? Mapping the realm completed. What is this? The Burning Field. I've seen this in Shadowbringers. Something exactly like this in Yulmore area. What the hell is this supposed to be? Oh, I should probably read my skills over again because I'm about to do a dungeon and I haven't played Astrologian in a while. Pressing 1 is heal. Pressing 2 is heal. Pressing G is my cards. Shift 1, 2, 3, 4 is all my cards. Then 5 is DPS. Shift 5 is AoE DPS. 3 is single target DPS. 4 is fast heal. C is AoE heal. E is reduce cast time. No, that's shift E. E is restores HP. I don't know. Upon receiving the effects of Helios. So I want to use Helios or aspect of Helios. So it's good for AoE healing. Granting them horoscope. When the cards are read a second time or the effect expires. Okay, so that just increases the AoE healing potential. And this is a barrier, I believe. No, it's regen. Oh, that's okay. That's the AoE. Yeah, it's the AoE heal regen. And then this is the barrier. Yeah, it gives a magic barrier depending on how much I heal for. So I want to use that when there's cooldowns up, maybe. Divination is the DPS boost for the boys. Asuna. Remove conditions. Lucid Dreaming, give me some mana. Swift Cast. And then Ascend is Shift H because we only use Shift Swift cast with Ascend. Z is Holy Pally. What is that thing? Beacon of Light, which I've never really ever used to any real meaningful extent. And Macrocosmos, and okay, we know what we're doing, sort of. And T is also important. That's a delayed AoE heal. Al-Zadal's Legacy. Let's go. I'm ready to feed. The boys are here. There's the map. Very foggy. Okay, we need to dot these up, I think, as we move along. Let's give the boys some of this. More monkeys. Let's reduce damage, I guess. Alright, I mean, this is simple enough for now. I know what I'm doing, right? Cool. Bridge just appeared out of nowhere? How'd that happen? Marlboro. I'll watch the tank's health, but I think he's doing okay. Let me dot up the Marlboro again. I think we'll run out of our hot here. Celestial Weaver build. Yeah, that should be fine, but the thing is, you want to check the link in the description of those videos, because they usually link to a page, which is easier to update. Video, we can't really update that easily, but it's linked to a page, which can be easily updated. So you'll find the more updated version usually there. So look in the description for that. Alright, first boss already? Squiddy boy? Is he bleeding? I can't remove the bleeding though. Oh yeah, this song. What's going on? What's going on? Who's it going for? I see. I can heal again, I guess. What is that? Is that a machinist? He summoned his own thing? Yeah, machinist summoned like a golem, bro. Alright, so what is this one gonna be? Which side are we gonna go? Oh no! I should follow the tank next time. Oh, order. I think we're good, I know this mechanic. I've seen this mechanic before. Big wave. I don't like the sound of this. Tentacle dig. Is that the thing? That's the thing. Follow the boy. Follow the boy. Where is he? He's over there. Where's he coming? Where's he at? Where's he at? He's over here. I got you, bro. It didn't have a link. Well, hold on. Then just go to the website. The website will have another build there, probably. Yeah, maybe it's not linked, but there's probably a build like that. And actually, now that you mention that, I think there was a build that I wanted to make soon. Because we're using Lord Hyzen's build right now, which is like Scepter. And that's good and all, but I think the sword playstyle is also pretty unique and fun. And so we're kind of not really supporting a sword build right now, but I want to soon. Glyph of passage detected. Bearer's identity. But yeah, you can just use that build as well. For now. Where's our tank? Oh, he went all the way in, bro. I didn't even see where he was. How do I move faster? What is the mechanic here? I don't understand. Just AoE? Okay. Probably don't want to stand there. Alright, so we're in an aquarium now. I guess. Alzadal's Rampart. You probably want to burst this thing. Oh, I just gave myself that buff. That's not good. Reinforcements. I'm overhealing, but I prefer to overheal than underheal, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather overheal than underheal. Says the sprout. Should be using that more too. Explode. Love that animation. Second boss. When in doubt, use your cooldown. Yeah. True. Turn back, treasure secret, or this vault will be your tomb. Oh, this is gonna be bad, bro. This is gonna be some like puzzle shit, isn't it? Okay, what's this? What's this? Is that a shield? Am I chilling here? We chilling here? I think we're good. I got you, bro. I got you. Now you don't know. I gotta save that cooldown for Final Fantasy 14 patch 8.0, bro. I need it for 8.0. You don't even know, bro. What's this? What's this? Angles? Angles? Ow! Can I reduce that? No, I can't assume that. Where are we going here? What's going on here? I think it's... Yeah, this guy knows. He knows. He knows. Oh, shit. I've been countered. The stacking strat has been countered. I can't just follow him. Tank is fine. I'll give him that just in case. Holy shit. Where are we going? I trust this guy. I trust him. Ooh. That guy needs help. He needs it. I mean, he's chilling. He's chilling. Fusion Ray. Rail cannon. I got you. Your greed will prove your undoing. True. Actually true. I am extremely greedy. I'm saving my cooldowns for 8.0. I'm not even rage to heal. We got the dots up. Dots are too powerful, man. Like, if the dots aren't up, there's just no reason to press anything else. Unless there's like 7 mobs and you can AoE them. Limit break up. Mimic. Treasure chests in here. Got mimics. Wait, what is that song? Sounds kind of like... Sounds kind of like a Stormblood kind of ish theme there. You going with the whole Stormblood thing? Because this is like the vault of the locks or whatever that was. Final boss? I'm not skipping cutscene. You're gonna wait for me. Yeah, I don't know, man. Stormblood is just it. What can I say? Looming Warden. And then a word that I couldn't even pronounce. This vault is under my protection. Failure to withdraw will invite chastisement. Alright, it's gonna be... What's going on here? What are we doing? Spin out? We may be... Oh, what? Fetters. And he's gonna pull us out. Oh, no. Wait, what the hell's... Oh, what the hell? What the hell's going on, bro? What is this? Cruel Slice. The tank. Bro took 0 damage on the tank buster. Billowing Bolts. Wild Weave. Oh, this is definitely a Wild Weave, alright. Okay, there's 2 colors. Are we hiding? I don't know. Can we move away from this or what? I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't understand that at all. I'm just gonna let it cook, though. The spinner. So which way are we spinning then? Spin me through the center. Oh, no. Okay. I kind of knew that was coming. Oh, we didn't go into the spikes still. We're still going? Okay. Shit, dude. Okay, we go to the right after this, right? Okay, we're good. Which way? Tank Buster? Billowing Bolts. That's the big damage. I don't know. That seems kind of like a joke boss mechanic to me. Alright, where's the guy who knows what he's doing? This guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's pulling on the green one. What is that? Oh, I see. He pulled on the green one. So therefore the greens are not safe. I don't know how I'm supposed to know that, though. Trial and error. Alright, I mean, that was a pretty decent dungeon. Nothing, you know, out there, just kind of run of the mill. I'll give you the commendation because you're the only one who watched the cutscene with me. My only one. Wait, let's see what the boys have to say. Oh, yeah, I guess you have to do ambient dialogue. A hidden room within a hidden vault? You found all the treasure then? What is this place? A fitting sentinel.
What have we here?
'Tis not unlike a Hunnish alchemical furnace in design.
Well, there is one way we might find out.
Stop! You mustn't touch it.
Vitra.
Vritra! Oh, my apologies. Should I continue calling you Varshan?
You may address me as you wish. My nature is no longer a secret. Still, this is not a setting I imagined for our reunion. Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters?
Would that we could deny your accusations, but I fear you're not far from the truth.
Based.
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away.
I wasn't I wasn't gonna touch it, but you know Ishtola. She just got it. That's a good answer though. But I gotta stick to my guns. ...
This something of which thou speakest, might it be some manner of threat?
Perhaps I should simply show you.
Is that an Asian portal or what? Why is she so happy?
I have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
A planar fissure?
No, my friend. Small though it may be, this is a functioning gate into the void.
The 13th? Man, there are so many expansions. We can go to so many different shards. Next expansion is going to be the 13th or what? Void gates and fissures are much the same thing in practice, in the sense that both allow passage between the source and the 13th. The difference in terminology refers to the circumstances of their creation. A fissure is an incidental tear in the fabric between worlds, whereas a void gate is a product of a deliberate action. I suspect this is the latter, judging by the elaborate mechanism put in place to control it. To think that our search for material riches would lead to this priceless discovery. That swirling emptiness, it puts me in mind of old friends, not to mention old foes. Aha, the Hassians. I gotta go up and touch it. I gotta go up and touch it, man. No, not an invisible wall. You have more questions? Yes, I do. A brother's grief.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory.
To the south? Aren't we as south as it gets?
Age 5 millennia passed, when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Mericidia. The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat, and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors. With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities.
Those were the Heaven's Ward raid bosses, yeah?
In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void. Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Void Scent on the other, the two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
Indeed, I did. I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya. We
That's where the
dragons
brother
are
comes
not
in.
male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me. I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble. She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength. I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her. And Ashdaya has been lost to us ever since.
I find I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
That does not surprise me. To Allagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return. For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya. Until I could search no more. Until Allag was dust, and the arts to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
My discovery came before Radzat was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure. It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn. Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Alfino? We need to get Alfino in there.
Not long ago, you told us that you called out to your kin, that Ashdaya's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
With hope in
Cryle?
my heart,
Thank you?
I used the simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her. What I found was a host of void scent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. 'Twas but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Razathan and abandoning your sister. And you chose the latter.
'Twas not that thy siblings scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void. You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
Nero turned purple? I don't remember that. That was a long time ago, man. ...
Remember well what happened to Nero, when his wounds allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether. Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Ah, no. I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities. The scales of the first brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Aha.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late. And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection. So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course. I wish only to forget the rest.
Forget the part where we are just common looters. Yeah, they sure are adding a lot to this codex. So they managed not only to expand the fissure, but also manipulate it as one might a gate? Astonishing. Is there any chance I can learn more of how this feat was accomplished? I will tell you what I can. First, however, I must return to the High Crucible and arrange to replace the guardians you so handily destroyed. It will not do to leave the gate undefended. Yeah, my apologies. We were perhaps a touch zealous in our rush to uncover the vault's secrets. If the constructs can be repaired, we would be happy to offer our assistance. That will not be necessary. Much as I retain spare vessels for myself, we keep duplicate guardians on hand for such eventualities. In any case, we should return to Razathan. Yo, let me at it. Let me at it. Let me go in. Okay, fine. So we're not in a dungeon right now. Now for the best soundtrack. Oh, that looks like a familiar image there. Boiling blood? Yo, don't stop the music though. I promise we will discuss the Void Gate further, but first I must attend to the matter of the Vault's sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Kapikulu has been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of the storage and see that it is conveyed to its post along with some few lesser constructs. Yeah, I think dragons ate some kind of toxic... They probably ate toxic gases or whatever. Something that's flammable. Was it tomb robbers? Fiends born of the Tower of Zot? By the sisters, do not tell me a blasphemy yet roams free. Nah, you just had some scions. Some rogue scions, you know what I mean. Looks left and right. Wasn't me. It was Y'shtola, yeah, it was her. Is Estinian gonna be the one to pipe up? Oriange? No. That's a sus. Why such guilty faces? Surely it isn't you who are responsible for this. Oh. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. And with that, the vault will soon be secure once more. Now I believe you had questions. Quite a few in fact, but I'd like to begin with the gate itself. It's still functional, yes? Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with an alchemically forged lock, and warded it with my magics. Such power must not fall into the wrong hands. In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such a little door. That little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. That said, in its current state, it would admit only the lowliest of void scent, and from this side, no man would be able to pass through. No man? I should think Alfino would fit, given a firm enough push. Physical size is only one consideration. The true restriction hinges upon the aetheric density of the soul in transit. Don't you look at me with those eyes. And yet you succeeded in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th. Thanks to my brilliant alchemists, I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead, I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate. But the process has long been forgotten. Once I had given up searching for Azdaya, there was no need to preserve such esoteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus has the gate lain dormant for years uncounted. Our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to a covenant made with the Cloud of Darkness. Once that sovereign entity was beaten back, however, The covenant was broken and the doorway severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it should be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another void sent, but such deals usually end in betrayal and death. In any case, we should attempt to gain an understanding of the bounty gate. Mayhap you could resume the search for your sister. As I have already explained, I put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is here now. And I had meant to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? It was Estenian's idea. Actually, it was Tataru's idea. Oh shit. He's gonna fight back. As I recall, 'twas you who was chasing the tales of undersea ruins. Well, as you've seen, the fabulous wealth from the stories is quite real. If not its rumored origin. But I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering. Then we are of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. That right, my friend? Right. Your Excellency, would you object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I will make no attempt to open it, of course. I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. Except opening the gate. You are most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. Would that I could join thee in thy study, but the Loperids will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave of you. And I must be off to Charlian as well. Mistress Crowell was eager to speak with you about that request, so please come back to the annex as soon as you're able. Farewell for now. We can discuss my findings once I return. You'll not be rid of me so easily. Chronicles of a New Era quest series? The what? Alright, it's just me and Estinian now. The difficult part in all this will be deciding how best to put these riches to use. Will you lend me your assistant in these deliberations? Sure. I feel like I'm not really the best for this, really. I just smash things. I'm not really good with money. I've never really used a single gil ever. I got 5 million gil, but I don't really use it. And Estinian, he's even worse with money. But I guess maybe you should use some of that money to hire someone that'll do that better job. Richard or I are in this together. I will follow his example. Get the angle. Meanwhile, elsewhere. That's the 13th. Oh, that was the creature we saw earlier in the dream. It's a night now. I don't know what those symbols mean, but they have different colors. 5 of them? The big reveal is Gaius. No, wait. Who is that? Gilgamesh? The Four Fiends. It's Gilgamesh. Right? Throne of Earth. I sense the breaching of a gate, but it was not okay, we've got a furry here, but no, it's a scaly, sorry. But it was not instigated from the side. 'Twas thrown open wide from the other. I too felt it. A rare occurrence, yes. So Earth is snake, but such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are much more pressing matters at hand. An opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have waited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip our grasp. So fire is kind of more diplomatic, I guess? I don't know. Throne of Wind. Yet we must not underestimate he who bested the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. Throne of Water. Bah, I let him come. This one is clearly a dude. The last one might have been female. I will drown the world and watch his fleshling gasp for breath in his final moments. Also, this music is very Final Fantasy IV, I think. I don't know, maybe it's 5. Your zeal is admirable, but forget not our cause, Knight in Black. Think back on our struggles beneath this sunless sky. Remember why we cede not our will to fight. I mean, the Ascians are gone, so these guys are on their own. They're doing things on their own at this point. Tis time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. Yeah, that reveal doesn't mean anything to me. What is that? Like he's a Cyclops? Like, what does that mean? That image is not meaningful to me. He's just a knight in black. But maybe that's some kind of Final Fantasy reference, clearly. The Four Fiends, maybe? I don't think I played that one. Is that Final Fantasy V? Oh, is it X-Death? No. I don't think so. Shall we begin? If we're to spend the treasure wisely, then we must first determine which groups would benefit most from monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the satrap directly, so I would ask that you act in my stead. Richard, you are to visit Akyali and Yadilmad, speak with Matsya and his people and listen to their grievances. Estinian, I bid you do the same at Palaka's stand. I will be conducting my own inquiries at the Giant Skull grounds. Golbez. Once you believe you have ascertained the needs of the populace, we can reconvene at Megaduta. Yeah, it could be Golbez. Because Golbez is the brother of, what's it called? What's it? Cecil. Cecil's brother. But wait, so what you're telling me is that this guy hasn't appeared in the story yet? An Endwalker post story? And he's still not in Dawn Trail? I mean, it definitely looks like Golbez, yeah. That seems about right to me. Although that's not really too meaningful, because it's just a reference, right? There's no prior thing that really makes that meaningful. It's just like a reference. But yeah, that's definitely Golbez's theme song. now that I think about it. It's from Final Fantasy IV for sure. And I've never seen Golbez's face, so maybe, yeah. Matya? Oh, Richard, I was so glad to see you had returned unharmed. You finished with the boat then? Yep, we're done. Anything the village desperately needs? Well, I suppose Karzal's loss hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, but although I sell a few here and there, it's so much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together as best we can. Okay. They're at least surviving. Greetings and welcome, traveler. If this is your first visit to Thavner, then you must try my special Amra Lassi. Its refreshing zest cannot be beat. What could such a wonder cost, you wonder? Normally I part with 3 bottles for the generous price of 19,800 gil. But for you, I'm willing to go as low as even 10,000. You'd be practically stealing it from me. What do you think about that, Estinian? How's that price? Still not. I am not Estinian. That price, you're the only thief around here. I'm gonna go with the Estinian one. Who is God? You're the one who was with that spear-toting fellow. Well, you can hardly blame a man for trying. The world may no longer be on fire, but we're still sifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sisters, spare me, we might as well have that ugly tower back for the scant few travelers we see these days. I myself barely have the coin to buy at local prices, I tell you. If I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps in the streets. Alright, well, he's not doing so good, that's for sure. Maybe he... Wait. We're gonna give him monetary assistance? Guild staff. How fares the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? The trade routes are open once more now that the danger is past, certainly, but no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add to that the sailors we lost in the final days, and it's little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. If Kalzal and his consortium were still with us, I'm sure he'd have found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that was a man who got things done, God's rest his soul. Okay. Was that optional? We need to take this either, right? Dharma. Varshan. My advisor's return. I've just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling to say the least. And there are few places I can enter comfortably without the risk of flattening some cart or stall. Fair enough. As for my inquiries, the people of Palakistan were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they preserved with some assistance from Yedilmad. I think that they need to upstart the economy again. They need to support the merchants, probably. From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like, and I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs for the most part. Palakistan has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. I myself heard good news and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant's gall to a foreign trader. But such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Thavnir has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so we may begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn in Akyali and Yedilmad? Yappity yap yap yappity yap. They're surviving, but also the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. Which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied sailors in Yedilmad. Yup. I'm reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father lost at sea when the beasts sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale repeated over and over. So many lives lost. That one? Alright, so this boy is clearly more important than we think he is. He keeps coming back into the story. Enough grief to drown in. We let ourselves be overcome, but we will not. Richard Estinian, I will consider the perspectives you've brought me, and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come, I would like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries.
I thank you for your attendance. The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadal's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more. None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Karazal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. A simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
What? Taxes? Man, I don't know anything about that. It takes a village. What do you mean it takes a village? It takes a village, you know, like when in Rome. You know?
Of course. We must all look out for one another. Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Al-Zadal's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage. Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
To be honest, the Endwalker story was also really slow. It cooked after a bit, but it definitely was slow at the start. Honor one of your most successful merchants? I mean, Calzal is dead.
A successful merchant. I believe I see thy reasoning. Calzal should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man.
Okay, I guess Calzal is that guy.
Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Calzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well. Isn't that right, men?
This bodes well for that boy. Mirad, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Also, the people that are left.
Be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Calzal Foundation. Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor.
Yeah, all the people that are left are the ones that didn't succumb to despair. So we have, like, evolved resilience to despair.
See to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. Reminded of Ishgard.
Shit, dude, we're making callbacks to Heaven's Ward? We're trying to remember the good old days. I remember when the story was good. I remember. Yeah, when Endwalker started to cook was when you got to Garlemald and you did that one story mission where you had to like do this hardcore solo thing. That was when it cooked for me. But to be fair, Garlemald was a massive disappointment because that could have been insanely more to it, but it was just a deserted like pile of rubble. And for that reason, I don't know if Endwalker was really that good. Like, did it have any cool zones? It had the moon, which was not really that engaging. Ultima Thule, that's just also barren, bro. That was barren. What was the cool zone? I mean, Charlian is the cool zone, right? That's the cool zone, Charlian. That's the one cool zone. We never been to the moon before. I mean, it's cool in theory, yeah, but in practice, it's just a moon, bro. there's nothing on the moon. It's just a moon. Yeah, that's true. All the zones are pretty empty feeling, regardless of the expansion. But when I think of Raktika, maybe it's just a song. I don't know. But Raktika is pretty cool. Even Kalusha is pretty cool in Yulmore, but that's a city, I guess. But Yulmore feels like it's part of the town, right? And Amarang, yeah, that's just a bit of light. Yeah, that wasn't the best. The fairy place was actually not bad. It was a bit of troll. Shadowbringers just was like such a well-packaged thing because you started a new place, whereas Endwalker is like, we already kind of are in Eorzea. We got to go to all these different disconnected areas. New moon content. Those whose lives he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. You will not forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Ishtola. She asks that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood, thank you. Ishtola must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say then? I'll go with you. Yeah, I mean, the Laportes were just a joke plot, though. I thought the satrap would be busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been the well-oiled cogs of the administration since before Ahewans assumed the office. They understand what needs to be done. And I am curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. As you wish, allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. Moon rabbits? Yeah, I think they're just there for a joke plot. I don't think that there's too much to read into that. I mean, they are definitely meaningful characters. It's just like they could have been anything. Well, no, not they couldn't have been anything, because their purpose as a joke plot device means that they have to be a joke plot race, right? Yeah, that's what I mean. If it's not meaningful outside the game, then Or if it is meaningful outside of the game, it doesn't necessarily mean it is meaningful inside it. They could just be calling upon that aesthetic because they just hadn't a good idea otherwise.
Right, here we all are.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway.
Yeah, and they tortured me by showing me Horschiffon.
Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many void scent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first.
Oh, so they put him into a stone thing.
And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th. Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No. The danger is too great.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
She knows.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
And?
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death.
Wait.
But if I were to bring along one who
Is this the deep dungeon?
and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
I know there's a deep dungeon in this expansion.
I had a feeling you might say that. Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands. That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
Yeah.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
Oh, it'll endanger them.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzat, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
I feel like they're not gonna...
That they did. House Daimir was overseeing
They probably
the
are
project.
gonna let some through.
Daimir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made void scent?
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daemir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
Numenon? Favorite place to sneak around? Yeah, that's gotta be it.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charleon.
Wait, you do know that Kingdom Hearts is made by Square Enix, right?
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves, I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
Let us be on our way as well.
He's not happy.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Nah, you got more important stuff. You can't be risking that. You can give us your scales though. Oh, so we are getting a choice of where to go. We go to Grahaz's favorite place. If we're to enter Numenon's restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, then we must secure the permission of the Forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? I know. It's that one dude who told us everything. Monteshane. Is that the guy? Scholark Monteshane? He did come to Grahaz's defense during the inquiry after all? Let's go for it then. 'Tis settled. Let us head to Phenomenon and see if he's willing to help us once more. Alright. No teleporting while Y'shtola is following us for whatever reason. I've actually never seen Y'shtola run. I guess that's her running animation. She's always been a walker, what can I say? She's not an end walker, though. Can I make it up this? Yes, I can. Jumping puzzle. Bridging the rift. Discuss the studium. I apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7 and labored under her tutelage for a full decade. Never had the chance to attend the studium. Neither did Thancred, as I recall, soon after Master Louisoix took him in off the streets. He was put in the care of another Archon. His was a rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. I sometimes wonder what my life might have been had I pursued studies here instead. What? Tea? Yeah, but the number 13 can mean a lot of different things. However, I mean, it's probably not wrong that that's also the case. Because that's... Well, let's just say you'll see my next video if you're subscribed to me. Still, I wouldn't give up my time with Master Matoya for the world. The dank cave I studied in was about as far from the bright, airy halls of academia as one could get. But it was a wondrous, magical childhood nonetheless. Alright. Lalafelian student. Passamarant. Montachine. Is this our guy? Yeah, this is him. Ah, visitors, and quite esteemed ones at that. May I do for you? Pray, forgive the intrusion, Scarlark, but we are hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted archives. Oh, no furtive forays into the stacks this time, eh? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety. Yet in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what so compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom? Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, the research left behind by House Daemir has lain dormant in Sharlayan's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void? That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of traversing the rift, for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future, and yet I want to understand everything to unravel it, all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was the promised reward? Oh, marvelous! An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And after hearing the whys and the wherefores, I, for one, do not believe you would use the knowledge for ill. I see no reason not to present your request for the forum's consideration. Although, your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Fortuno? There he is. He can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrade. Well, no, he absolutely can do that. He has, and and probably will. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there is no denying that having Master Fortuneau on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well, we will pay a visit to the Leveilleur estate and plead our case. One last thing before you go. I would consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I wager. So, you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity. Of course, Scholark, we will be sure to pass on any revelations. There's actually a lot of quests over here. I think, have I gained access to the raids of this expansion yet? Because I know there's a raid and there's going to be trials as well, but also where is it? I don't have any raids for Endwalker yet. I gotta figure out how to get those, and we'll do that eventually as well. Can Y'shtola jump up? Oh, she can. She can just walk down. Alright, we're gonna make her run. I actually have the triple triad card from their butler. I have the Alize and Alfino card. Yeah, don't even ask how Y'shtola made that jump. Don't even ask. House Leveilleur Butler. Ah, Master Richard. Mistress Y'shtola. How may I be of service? Come to speak with Master Fortuneau. Is he home by any chance? Yes, the master is in residence. I shall inform him that he has guests. He's on the clock, man. He's got to use his most elegant voice. His most snobby voice. Well, well. Amelians would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss? Then pray proceed. You have my full attention. Yeah? Save us some time there. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Scholar Montaigne expressed much the same sentiment, I assure you. Will not attempt to circumvent the forum's authority again, unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing this forbidden knowledge? For a brother who misses his sister. She was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds and saved her homeland from honor and suffering. From horror and suffering. But the brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones, and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation might be. Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. Do not celebrate just yet. The forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Baldesian Annex. We're in. We just need to tell Fortuneau about the first. We need to tell Montaigne about the 13th. And then we're off. So I think that we are done for today. Good place to stop because we're probably going to get into a big little argument or debate scene maybe. Perhaps, mayhaps. But we will continue doing the story. Keep an eye out for my Shadowbringers video, which is going to come out probably within the next few days. And I will see you guys next time.